So in the today's session, we will discuss the herbal excipient from the subject herbal drug technology. In this session, more specifically, we are going to discuss the common herbal excipients like colorants, sweeteners, binders, diluents, viscosity builders or modifiers, or it is also known as the thickeners, then the disintegrants, flavoring agents, and the perfumes, which are used to prepare the pharmaceutical dosage forms and the cosmetic preparation. So let us move towards the very first herbal excipient, that is the colorants. All of you are aware about colorants are used in the formulation as organoleptic additive. It is going to give the appealing color to the formulation. These coloring agents are widely used in the pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, as well as in the food industries. It is going to promote the appearance of the dosage form. If any dosage form has unacceptable color, the consumers avoid dosage form for the administration. Take example of the tablet with the uneven color distribution, or maybe the API which is colored one, and you know that the almost all excipients are colorless. So you may observe the spots of the colors on the formulation. And if we could use some of the coloring agents in the tablet formulation, definitely its acceptance it is going to be increased. So coloring agents gives the attractiveness to the dosage form. These are also used to differentiate the dosage form or for easy identification. During the manufacturing, simultaneously, there are so many batches are going on. And if we are using the coloring agent in the dosage form, that could be act as a identification for the particular API. So it is going to be used to differentiate or as an identification for the dosage form. One of the important things is that when we are using the coloring agent, maybe psychologically the patients are going to accept or they are going to be attracted towards the particular dosage form. Take example of a gelusil, which is available in the different colors as well as the different flavors. Coloring agents are also used as a dyes and widely used in the cosmetic industry. If you can take the example of skin cosmetics, take example of the hair cosmetics, or any other types of the cosmetics like a nail, eye, and so on, we are using the coloring agents. All coloring agents, whatever we are using the coloring agents, these are approved by the authorities, or it should be certified by the Food and Drug Administration. The examples of the dosage forms in which we are using the coloring agents like tablets, preparation of empty capsules, pills, pellets, pastes, ointments, syrups, emulsions, suspensions, mouthwashes, gargles, and so on. So in these preparations, generally we are using the coloring agent. Let us see some of the examples of the coloring agents which are being obtained from the herbal source. Initially, we will see the chemicals which are going to act as a pigment from the herbal source. So it is furthermore classified as indigo, anthraquinone, anthocyanidins, beta-carotene, alpha-hydroxynaphthoquine, flavone, and dihydropyrans. I have shown the structure of all these classes on the slide. Let us see the specific examples of the herbs along with the major chemical constituents which is responsible for the specific color. The very first class, that is the anthraquinone class. The herb which is being used to give the red color, that is the Dactylopus coccus, that is also known as the cochineal. It is an insect, it's not a herb. And we are getting the red colored carbonic acid from the cochineal. Then the second herb, that is a Rubia tinctorum, it is also known as a madder. The major chemical constituent which is responsible for the red pigment is the alizarin. Then Coccus lacca, that is the lac. Again, it is going to give the red color, and it is due to the lactic acid. Then the shield louts, that is the Kermis ilicis, which is responsible for the scarlet color due to presence of the kermesic acid. So these are the some of the herbs along with the major chemical compound which is responsible for the specific color from the anthraquinone class. The second class, that is known as the naphthaquinone class. So very first drug, that is the henna, which is being obtained from Lawsonia inermis and Lawsonia alba, which comprises mainly the lawsone, which is responsible for the orange color to the dosage form. Then the second herb, that is the walnut, which is being obtained from the Juglans regia and Juglans nigra. The major chemical which is present in the walnut is the juglone, which is responsible for the brown color. Then the Chicory, which is being obtained from the Lithospermum erythrozoon, which contains the chiconin as a major compound and which is responsible for the violet color, or it gives the violet color. The next class, that is the carotenoids. Very first example, that is a capsicum, which is being obtained from the capsicum annum, which comprises mainly the chemical constituent, that is a capsanthin, which is responsible for orange to red color. Then the saffron, which is being obtained from the Crocus sativus, which comprises mainly the crocin, which is responsible for the yellow to orange color. Then marigold, which is being obtained from the Tagatis erecta, which comprises the lutein as a major chemical constituent, which is responsible for the yellow color. Then the anato, which is being obtained from the Bixa orellana, which comprises mainly the bixin as a chemical constituent, which is responsible for yellow to orange color. The next class, that is the indole derivatives. Very first drug, that is the mollusk, which is being obtained from the Murex pandaris, which comprises the bromoindigotine and which is responsible for styrene purple color. Then the indigo, which is being obtained from the indigo tinctoria, which comprises the indigotine and responsible for blue colored shades. Then the next class, that is the oxyindole glycoside. The example is the beetroot, which is being obtained from the Beta vulgaris, which comprises mainly the betanin and which is responsible for red color. Then the diaryl heptanoid, the example is the turmeric, which is being obtained from the curcuma longa, which comprises mainly the curcumin, which is responsible for the yellow color. Then the benzopyrone, the example is the longwood, which is being obtained from the hematoxylon, which comprises the hematine and which is responsible for the black color. So these are some of the examples of the herbal colorants which are being used into the pharmaceutical dosage forms as well as the cosmetics and the foods. Let us see some of the other plant sources which are being used to get the sudden colors. Very first one, that is the Acacia catechu, which is responsible for brown to black color due to catechin and catechitanic acid. Adathoda vesica, which gives the yellow color, it is due to the adathodic acid, carotene, litoline, and the quercetin. Then the Butea monosperma, which gives the yellow to orange color due to presence of the butyrene. Then the Carthamus tinctorius, which gives the yellow to red color due to presence of the carthamine. Then Malotus pipensis, which gives the red color due to presence of the rotullerine. Then the Morinda citrifolia, which gives the yellow to red color due to presence of the morindone. Then the Oldenlandia umbellati, which gives the red color due to the presence of alizarin and ruby chloric acid. Then the Petrocarpus santalinus, it gives the red color due to presence of the santalin. Then Punica grantum, which gives the yellow color due to the pentargonidone 3,5-diglucoside. Then Rubia cordifolia, which gives the red color due to the purpurine. Then the Semicarpus anacardium gives the black color due to presence of the bilavanol. Then Todalia asiatica, which gives the yellow color due to presence of the todaline. And the last one, that is the Ractia tinctoria, gives blue color due to presence of beta amyrine. So these are some of the few examples of the herbal colorants which are being used in the various pharmaceutical dosage forms. So this is about the colorants. Let us see the next herbal excipient, that is known as the herbal sweeteners. Again, the sweeteners, it is from the organoleptic additives. It gives sweet taste to the various dosage forms like tablets, powders, liquid orals, and so on. So it gives mainly the sweet taste or increase the perception of sweet taste. There are two types of the sweeteners are there which are available in the market. Very first way, that is a natural or synthetic. The natural example is the stevia. Synthetic, say for example, sodium saccharine. In another way, it is also classified the sweeteners as nutritive and the non-nutritive. Nutritive, for example, sorbitol, mannitol, xylitol, and non-nutritive like aspartame, saccharin, and cyclamine. So in this way, it is possible to classify the sweeteners which are being used to prepare the various formulations. Due to the adverse effects of the synthetic sweeteners, the natural sweeteners are gaining the popularity. As you know that the synthetic sweeteners like cyclamate, sodium saccharin, or aspartame, all these are going to give some of the adverse effects or the toxicities. And that's why the natural sweeteners are going to be preferred while design and development of the certain pharmaceutical dosage forms. The examples of the plant-based natural sweeteners, for example, the stevioside, glycyrrhizin, then the neohesperidine, thaumatin, monelin, and the sucralose. So these are the few of the herbal sweeteners which are being used in the formulation. Whatever the natural sweeteners are there, they are non-saccharide and having a low calories. Along with this, they are going to be sweet 100 to 10,000 times as compared to the sugars. They are non-toxic and can overcome some of the problems of sucrose and the synthetic sweeteners. Furthermore, these natural sweeteners are also going to be used for the diabetic patients. In plants, whatever these sweeteners are there, they are being stored as a terpenoids, steroidal saponins, dihydroisocomarins, dihydrochalcones, proteins, polyols, volatile oils, and so on. Let us see some of the examples of the herbal sweeteners which are being used in the formulation. Mainly, all these sweeteners are going to be obtained from the herbal source. Very first example, that is the stevia leaf powder. It is a sweet in nature. It is being obtained from the stevia rebaudiana, belonging to family Compositae. It mainly contains the stevioside and the ribadioside, which is having 160 to 170 times sweetness than that of the sucrose. Approximately 160 to 170 times it is a sweeter than that of the sucrose. The second herb, that is the bitter orange, which is being obtained from the Citrus aurantium, belonging to family Rutaceae, which mainly comprises the neohesperidine and dihydrochalcones, which are approximately 330 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then the fruit of the Discoreophyllum Comensi, belonging to family Meninspermaceae, which comprises mainly the monolines, which are approximately 200 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then thaumatin, which is being obtained from the Thaumatococcus danieli, belonging to family Marantaceae, which comprises the thaumatin 1 and thaumatin 2, which are approximately 2,000 to 10,000 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then the licorice, it is going to be obtained from the Glycyrrhiza glabra, belonging to family Leguminosae, which comprises mainly the glycyrrhizin, which is approximately 50 to 100 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then the Abrus precatorius, belonging to family Leguminosae, which comprises the abricosides and the glycyrrhizin, which is almost 30 to 100 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then Cinnamomum zelanicum, belonging to family Lauraceae, which comprises trans-cinnamaldehyde, which is approximately 50 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then Citrus aurantium, belonging to family Rutaceae, which comprises neohesperidine, which is approximately 1,000 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then Cyclocaria polaris, belonging to family Jaglandaceae, which comprises cyclocaryosides, which is approximately 250 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. Then Eremophilia glutinosa, belonging to family Scrophulariaceae, which comprises dihydroflavonols, which is approximately 400 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. And last one, that is the Perilla fructescens, belonging to family Labaceae, which comprises the perillatine, which is approximately 400 to 2,000 times sweeter than that of the sucrose. So this is about the herbal sweeteners which are being used in the various pharmaceutical dosage forms to give the sweet taste to the formulation, to promote the patient acceptance and so on. So this is about the herbal sweeteners. Let us see the herbal binders. Mainly itself name indicates that the word binders, it seems to be which is going to hold the powder, isn't it? That is known as the binder. It promotes the adhesiveness of the powder material during the processing and during the manufacturing of the granules, tablets, and so on. So generally, the binders are used in the solid and the semi-solid formulations. In the case of solid formulation, in order to get the granules. In the case of semi-solid formulations, also we are using the binder. So binders are used in the formulations like powders, compacts. Maybe in the case of the cosmetics, we are using the compacts, which holds the powder at one place in order to get the cake. Then the granules, pellets, peels, pastes, tablets, and the capsule. It is going to give the cohesiveness to the powder material. Furthermore, it increases the plasticity and it increases the interparticulate bond strength. When we are using the binders in the formulation, it is going to increase the physical strength of the formulation. Say, for example, in the case of tablet, maybe we are using the binder in the dry state or the wet state in order to get the granules and in order to promote the physical strength of the dosage forms. So it gives the physical strength to the formulation. Then binders holds various powders together during and after the formulation. Whatever the binder we are using in the formulation, they are generally hydrophilic in nature and they are soluble in water. Mostly we are using the carbohydrates or it seems to be the polysaccharides. So binders are used in either solution or in a dry form, depending on the ingredients in the formulation and the method of preparation of dosage form. Say, for example, in the case of dry granulation, we are using the dry binder, whereas in the case of the wet granulation method, we are preparing the binder solution in a suitable solvent like water or the isopropyl alcohol. The examples of naturally obtained the binders are starch, acacia, guar gum, ghati gum, and the tragacan. So these are some of the examples of the gums which are being used as a binder to prepare the various pharmaceutical dosage forms. Let us see the advantages of binders. The very first advantage, that is, as we are obtaining all these binders from the herbal sources, so they are less toxic, they are biodegradable and easily available, along with they are cheap. That is the economy. They can control the release of drug from the dosage form. In certain cases, we want to release the drugs slowly. Say, for example, in the case of sustained release or in the case of controlled release, and that could be achieved with the help of the binder. They are going to improve the stability, precision, and accuracy of the dosage form. As in the case of tablet formulation, we are preparing the granules with the help of binders or the binder solution. The main purpose is that whatever the API is there, it should be uniformly distributed throughout the powder bed or throughout the granules, and that could be achieved with the help of the binders. They are furthermore going to enhance the organoleptic properties of the preparation. So with this introduction, let us see some of the examples of the herbal binders which are being used to prepare the certain formulation. The very first example, there is acacia, which is being used in a 2 to 5%. As per USP, the acacia, it is being obtained from the Acacia Senegal, and as per IP, it is going to be obtained from the Acacia arabica, belonging to family Leguminosae. It is a dried gummy exudation. It mainly contains the arabine, which gives the binding properties to the formulation. So it is going to be used as a binder in the tablets. It is going to be used in the cough lozenges. It is going to be used to make the candies and the other food products. So this is about the acacia. The second herbal material which is going to be used as a binder, that is the guar gum. The maximum quantity of guar gum is 10%. It is also going to act as release retardant in the tablet formulation. So it is a seed gum obtained from the seeds of Cymopsis tetragonolobus, belonging to family Leguminosae. Mainly it contains the polysaccharide guran. It is going to act as a binding agent, disintegrating agent, and the release retardant. The next herbal material, that is a gum, that is a ghati gum. So again, it is a gummy exudates obtained from the trees, bark of the Anogenesis latifolia belonging to family Combretaceae, which comprises mainly the phytic acid and which is going to act as the binder for the compressed tablet. Then the next gum, that is the tragacanth gum, which is going to be used in the percentage of 1 to 3%. So again, it is a dried gummy exudates from the stems and branches of astragalus gummifer belonging to family Leguminosae, and mainly it contains the tragacanthine, which is the water soluble, going to act as a binder for the compressed tablet. The next gum, that is the locust bean gum. So gum consists of endosperms of the seeds of Ceratonia siliqua belonging to family Leguminosae. It comprises mainly D-galacto-D-manoglycan, which is going to act as a binder in the various cosmetic preparations. Then the starch, 5 to 10% as a pest, which is being obtained from mainly the maize, Zea maize belonging to family Gramineae, or potato starch that is obtained from the bulbus of the Solanum tuberosum belonging to family Solanaceae. There are also other sources of starch are there, like rice, which is being obtained from the Oryza sativa, wheat starch, that is the Triticum aestivum, which mainly comprises the amylose and the amylopectin. Amylose, that is a beta amylose, and amylopectin, that is a alpha amylose, which decides the physicochemical properties of the starch. And all these various sources, they are differ with respect to the ratio of amylose to amylopectin. So they are going to be used as a binder for granules, tablets. They are going to be used as a disintegrating agents in the pills and tablets. The last gum which is being used in the formulations of the tablet, that is the tamarind gum. So it is being obtained from the endosperms of the Tamarindus indica seeds belonging to family Fabaceae. It mainly contains the polysaccharide 1,4-beta-diglucan moiety is present in the tamarind gum, and it is going to be used as a binder in the tablet formulation. So these are the various gums or the herbal materials which are going to be used as a binder in the various pharmaceutical dosage forms as well as in the cosmetics. Let us see the few more examples of the herbal binders along with their biological source. So very first one, that is a prunus gum, which is being obtained from the Prunus domestica belonging to family Rosaceae. Then gum ferula, which is being obtained from Ferula gummosa belonging to family Apiaceae. Then the fenugreek mucilage, which is being obtained from Trigonella phonum granium belonging to family Leguminosae. Then Cassia Roxburghi mucilage, which is being obtained from Cassia Roxburghi belonging to family Fabaceae. Then Ayoyo gum, which is being obtained from the Coccus olitorius belonging to family Tiliaceae. Then Cordia gum, which is being obtained from Cordia oblique belonging to family Boraginaceae. Then gum Odina, which is being obtained from Odina odier belonging to family Anacardiaceae. Then Cassia tora mucilage, which is being obtained from Cassia tora belonging to family Casalpinaceae. And the last one, that is the Cassia fistula, which is being obtained from the Cassia fistula belonging to family Casalpinaceae. So these are the few of the herbal binders which are being used in the formulation, or they are going to act as binder in the formulation. So this is about the herbal binders. Let us see the herbal diluents. So diluents are the agents which increases the bulk of formulation. They are also known as the fillers. And few of the herbal materials which are widely used as diluent in the pharmaceutical dosage forms. They are having ability to increase the solubility of API. They are going to promote the cohesion. They are going to allow direct compression. They are going to increase the flowability of powder bed. Furthermore, it is possible to adjust the weight of formulation with the help of diluents. So the herbal diluents, which includes the starch and the microcrystalline cellulose. The very first one, that is a starch. Mainly we are using the maize starch. So the starch is one of the most traditional excipient used for the solid formulations like tablets, powders, and the capsules. Depending on the applications, the maize starch acts as a diluent, disintegrant, and the binder. So starch, it is having a capacity to act as a diluent. It is going to act as a disintegrant by capillary action, and it is going to disintegrate the tablet. Furthermore, if we are preparing the starch paste, it is going to act as a binder also. The modified starch is used directly compressible diluent. If we could modify the starch, we are getting the very good properties to the starch, and it is going to be used as directly compressible ingredient. It is used as a diluent for powder, tablet, and the capsules. Let us see the next example, that is which is being obtained from the cellulose, that is known as the microcrystalline cellulose. So the cellulose, the main source of cellulose for the industrial processes are wood and the cotton. Wood and cotton is the major source to get the cellulose, right? And the microcrystalline cellulose, it is a refined wood pulp. It is a white, free-flowing powder. There are two marketed ranges are available, like Abyssal 101 and Abyssal 102, which is being widely used in the manufacturing of the tablets. So it has excellent compressibility. When we are going for the tablet formulation, the two important things are required. One, that is the flow of a powder from hopper to die, and second one, that is the compressibility. So here for microcrystalline cellulose, it gives the excellent compressibility properties, and it is used in the solid dosage form such as a tablet. So MCC is generally considered as a diluent having the best binding properties, and it is recognized as one of the preferred direct compressible binder. So might be the MCC, it is going to be used in the directly compressible tablets also due to their binding properties. So it is going to be used as a binder in a dry form. It is going to be used as a diluent in the mini tablets, as well as in the capsule formulation, including in a weight granulation, as well as the direct compression process. So this is about the various diluents which are being used from the herbal sources to prepare the pharmaceutical dosage forms. For example, the starch and the microcrystalline cellulose. Let us see the herbal viscosity builders. So itself, viscosity builder, the name indicates that these agents, they are going to increase the viscosity of the formulation. In the various cosmetic preparations, as well as the liquid formulations, we require the viscosity builders in order to promote the stability of the formulation, in order to give the appealing texture to the formulation, in order to increase the flowability and the porability of the formulation. So these are the substances which added to mixture to increase the viscosity without substantially modifying its other properties such as the taste. So whatever these ingredients are there, they are going to increase the viscosity of formulation without altering the taste of the formulation. So these ingredients are polymers that absorb the enormous water, and they are going to be expanded. Their chains are going to be free into the solvent system, and which increases the viscosity of the medium. So they increases the stability of the liquid formulation. It is desirable to increase the viscosity of dosage form to provide or to improve the palatability or the porability of the formulation. It is used in the cosmetics, and the liquid dosage form. The examples of the formulations in which we are using the viscosity builders like shampoo, body washes, body lotions, creams, suspensions, emulsions, and the serums. So these are the few of the examples of the dosage form in which we are using the viscosity builders. Let us see the certain examples of the viscosity builders from the herbal sources. Very first one, that is known as the gum acacia. It is going to be obtained from the Acacia senegal or the Acacia arabica belonging to family Leguminosae, and it is going to act as a viscosity builder in the various formulation. Also, it is going to modify the texture of the formulation. Then the gum tragacanth, it is going to be obtained from the Astragalus gummifer belonging to family Leguminosae. Then guar gum, which is going to be obtained from the Samopsis tetragonolobus belonging to family Leguminosae. Then the pectin, which is going to be obtained from the citrus fruit pill. There are so many other sources of pectins are also there. Mainly it is used in the foods. Then the starch, which is being obtained from the maize, that is a Zea maize belonging to family Gramineae. Then the Kiraya gum, which is being obtained from the Sterculia urens, Sterculia villosa, Sterculia tragacantha belonging to family Sterculaceae. So these are some of the examples of the viscosity modifiers from the herbal sources which are going to be used in the pharmaceutical dosage forms as well as in the cosmetic preparation. So this is about the herbal viscosity builders or the viscosity modifiers. Let us see the herbal disintegrants. As you know that various pharmaceutical dosage forms like tablets and capsules needs to be disintegrated into the dissolution medium or into the GIT in order to promote the release of the API, in order to promote the absorption as well as the bioavailability of the API. So there is a need to use the disintegrating agents. So disintegrating agents are the agents which promotes the breakdown of the formulation into the small particle, thereby increases the surface area available for the dissolution. So the disintegrants increases the available surface area and promote rapid release of the drug particles. There are few mechanisms are there by which these disintegrating agents are going to act, like a swelling, porosity, capillary action, and the deformational behavior. Swelling, whatever the disintegrant is there, it is going to be swell enormously and the formulation is going to be breakdown. Porosity, which is responsible for entry of the solvent system into the formulation and thereby the solid formulation, it is going to be disintegrated. Again, the capillary action, which is responsible, is one of the mechanism, and the deformational behavior of the formulation, that is the formulation, it is going to be cracked, and through these cracks, the dissolution medium, it is going to be entered, and thereby the formulation is going to be disintegrated. So the herbal disintegrants, these are being widely used in the granules, tablets, and the capsules. Let us see the examples of the disintegrants which are from the herbal sources. The very first example, that is the microcrystalline cellulose, which is being obtained from the woods and pulps. Right, we are getting the cellulose and it is being converted into the microcrystalline cellulose. Its chemistry remains same. It is going to act as a diluent, it is going to act as a disintegrant, it is going to act as a binder also. Then the guar gum, it is going to be obtained from the Samopsis tetragonolobus belonging to family Leguminosae. In a small percentage, it is going to act as a disintegrant. Then the maize starch, which is being obtained from the Zea maize belonging to family Gramineae, it is also going to be used as a disintegrating agent, which is going to act by the capillary action. Then isabgula husk, which is going to be obtained from the Plantago ovata belonging to family Plantaginaceae. Then Asaleo, which is being obtained from the Lipidum sativum belonging to family Cruciferae. And the last disintegrating agent, that is the hibiscus mucilage, which is being obtained from the Hibiscus rosa sinensis belonging to family Malvaceae. So these are some of the examples of the herbal disintegrants which are being used in the various pharmaceutical dosage forms like the granules, tablets, and the capsules. So this is about the herbal disintegrants. Let us move towards the herbal flavoring agent. As you know that the flavoring agent, again, it is a organoleptic additive used in the development of the various pharmaceutical dosage forms. They give specific flavor to the formulation. These flavors are going to be used to mask the bad taste of the formulation and thereby increases the palatability, right? Increases the patient acceptance and so on. So flavors are mixed, sensation of taste, touch, smell, and sight. Many pharmaceutical industries use the flavors in many formulations like cup syrup, suspensions, emulsions, creams, powders, tablets, pills, and gargles. So these flavors are going to act as a taste masking agent which hides the unpleasant taste or the odor of the dosage form. A flavor enhances the likelihood of the medicine and make them more compatible for the patient administration. If API is having the bad taste, it is having the nauseating odor, it is not going to be accepted by the patient. More specifically, the children, they are very reluctant to swallow such a liquid formulations. So due to use of flavors in the dosage form, children takes medicine without any problem. If the liquid formulation, which is flavored, which is sweetened, and which is colored, which is being accepted by the children. Flavoring agents may be artificial or the natural. There are two types of the flavors are there which are being used in the pharmaceutical dosage form. One that is known as artificial, and second one that is known as the natural. So artificial flavoring agents are synthesized in the laboratory, while natural, which are being obtained from the plants. And more specifically, whatever the natural flavoring agents are there, they are safer than that of the synthetic flavoring agents. Examples of the herbal flavoring agents which are being used in the formulations like black pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, fennel, ginger, peppermint, strawberry, orange, nutmeg, and the saffron. So these are some of the examples of the herbal flavoring agents. So this is about the herbal flavoring agent. Let us move towards the herbal perfumes. So an active ingredient is a compound which imparts the aroma to the perfume composition or enhances the aroma of an existing perfume composition. So the perfumes are also going to be used in the various formulations. The agents which are going to act as a perfumes like a musk, sandalwood oil, rose oil, jasmine oil, benzoin, turpentine, and the lavender oil. So this is about the herbal perfumes. So in this session, we have discussed the herbal excipients like colorants, sweeteners, binders, diluents, viscosity builders, disintegrants, flavors, and the perfumes. Hope all of you have understood the thing. The main thing is that whatever the excipients are there, which are being obtained from the herbal sources, and these are being used to develop the certain pharmaceutical dosage form as well as the cosmetic preparations. These are the few references which I have referred to create the slide. Thank you very much.